Worry is a feeling that everyone experiences. No matter where we live or what language we speak, worry can come into our hearts. Sometimes it arrives when we least expect it, when we are about to sleep, when we check our phones, or when we hear news about the world. Worry is like a small cloud that covers the clear sky of our minds. It can make things look darker and heavier than they really are. It is important to notice that worry does not only come from outside events. Sometimes it begins within us. Our thoughts can create stories about what might happen tomorrow, or memories from the past can remind us of difficult times. These stories and memories are often stronger in our minds than the real events themselves. When this happens, our feelings can become confused, and we may start to feel fear, sadness, or even anger. In Buddhist teaching, we understand that worry is part of being human. It is not something to fight or hate. Instead, we can start to see worry as a signal, a gentle bell telling us that something in our lives needs attention. Worry can show us what we care about. If we worry about family, health, or work, it means these things matter deeply to us. But sometimes, worry becomes too big, and we start to suffer. When we recognize worry, we can begin to look at it more clearly. We can ask ourselves, is this worry helping me? Is it giving me useful information? Or is it just making my heart heavy? By simply asking these questions, we take the first step on a new pathway, a pathway that leads beyond worry, toward understanding and a more peaceful heart. From the moment we are young, worry can become a part of our daily lives. Sometimes it starts with small things, a school test, a friend's words, or a parent's advice. As we grow older, the reasons for worry may change, but the feeling itself stays with us. For some people, worry begins in childhood, while for others, it appears later in life. But for all of us, it is something familiar. Many people wonder why worry appears so easily. One reason is that our minds are always trying to protect us. The mind looks for things that might go wrong, so we can prepare ourselves. It is almost like a guard standing at the gate, watching for danger. But sometimes, this guard becomes too strict, and starts to see danger everywhere, even where there is none. Another place worry begins is in our relationships with others. We care about what people think of us. We want to be loved, accepted, and respected. When we feel these things are at risk, worry grows. Even a small argument or misunderstanding can become a big source of anxiety in our hearts. Our memories can also bring worry into our lives. If we remember a painful experience, our minds may try to prevent it from happening again by making us feel worried. This is a natural reaction, but it can make our lives feel heavy if we do not understand it. If we look closely, we can see that worry is trying to protect us. It wants us to be safe, healthy, and happy. However, if we let worry control us, we may start to feel trapped. To live more freely, it helps to notice where our worry begins. By seeing its starting point, we can learn to meet it with greater wisdom and care. Uncertainty is a natural part of life. Every day, we face situations where we do not know what will happen next. We do not know if it will rain tomorrow, if our plans will work out, or if the people we love will always be close to us. This feeling of not knowing can make us uncomfortable, and often it is the source of our worry. As humans, we naturally want to feel safe and in control. We like to make plans and believe that we can predict the future. But life does not always follow our plans. Sometimes things change suddenly. An unexpected phone call, a health problem, or a change at work can make us feel unsure and lost. When this happens, worry can grow quickly. It is important to remember that uncertainty is not a mistake or something wrong. It is simply how life is. The world is always changing. Nothing stays the same forever, not our bodies, our relationships, or even our thoughts. When we try to hold on to certainty too tightly, we become more anxious because we are fighting against the true nature of life. Many people feel that uncertainty is dangerous, but it can also be a doorway to growth. When we accept that we cannot know everything, we open ourselves to new experiences. We learn to be flexible and to find strength inside ourselves. This does not mean we ignore our worries, but we learn to live alongside them. Understanding the role of uncertainty helps us see that we are not alone in our feelings. Everyone faces the unknown, no matter how old or wise they are. By recognizing this truth, we can begin to relax our hearts, even when we do not have all the answers. In this way, we take another step on the pathway through worry. Many of our worries come from thinking about the past or the future. The mind often moves between memories of what has already happened and ideas about what might happen next. Sometimes we remember mistakes we made or times when things did not go well. Other times we imagine situations that have not happened yet and we fear the worst. This is a very common experience for people everywhere. When we remember the past, we sometimes feel regret or guilt. We might think, if only I had acted differently, or why did I say those words? These thoughts can stay with us for a long time. They may even shape the way we see ourselves. If we focus too much on these memories, worry can grow, and it can feel hard to forgive ourselves or move forward. Thinking about the future can also create worry. We want to know what is coming next, but life is uncertain. We worry about our health, our family, our work, and even the world around us. Our minds try to prepare for every possible problem, even those that may never happen. This habit can make the future feel heavy, and sometimes we forget to notice what is good in the present. It is natural to think about both the past and the future. The mind is always searching for answers and safety. But when we let these thoughts control us, our worries grow stronger. We can remind ourselves that the past is gone and the future has not arrived yet. What matters most is how we live right now. When we see how our worries are shaped by the past and the future, we can begin to find more peace in the present moment. One important lesson in life is learning to accept things as they come. Many times, we hope that life will follow our plans and wishes, but often, life surprises us. Sometimes things are easy, but sometimes they are difficult. This is true for everyone, no matter where they live or what they believe. Accepting life does not mean giving up or not caring. It means seeing life clearly and being open to whatever happens, both the good and the bad. When we resist what is happening, our worry becomes stronger. We might think, this should not happen to me, or why is my life different from others? These thoughts create more suffering in our hearts. But when we practice accepting life as it is, we begin to relax. We can breathe more easily, and our worries start to become lighter. Sometimes people worry that acceptance is weak, but actually, acceptance takes great strength. It means facing reality with courage and an open heart. It means letting go of the need to control everything. When we accept life as it comes, we discover that we can handle more than we thought. We also start to see that many things are outside our control, and that is normal. In Buddhist teaching, there is the idea that life is always changing. Happiness and sadness, gain and loss, health and sickness, these are all parts of life. By accepting both the joyful and the painful moments, we become more balanced and steady. Our hearts become calm, and our worries become smaller. Accepting life as it comes is not easy, but with practice, it is possible. When we accept, we stop fighting against the world. Instead, we learn to move with it, and in this way, we find a more peaceful way to live. Many people spend much of their time thinking about the past or worrying about the future. But the present moment is where life truly happens. Each moment is new, and it offers us a chance to see clearly and respond with calmness. When we bring our attention to what is happening right now, we often find that our worries become quieter. Living in the present moment does not mean ignoring our problems or pretending that they do not exist. It means giving our full attention to whatever we are doing, whether it is something simple like washing our hands, eating a meal, or walking outside. When we pay attention to these ordinary moments, we notice small details, the feeling of water, the taste of food, the sound of birds. These details can help bring our minds back from worry and into the real world. Sometimes we think that happiness is found somewhere in the future, after all our problems are solved. But happiness and peace are possible right now, even if our lives are not perfect. When we focus too much on the future, we may miss the good things that are happening all around us. If we practice returning to the present moment, even just for a few minutes each day, we can find rest from our worries. We might realize that in this moment, we are safe. Our breath comes in and goes out, our hearts continue to beat, and the world keeps moving. This simple truth can help us feel more grounded and less afraid. Life is made up of many small moments. If we learn to live in each one as it comes, we may discover a quiet strength inside ourselves. This strength does not remove all worry, but it helps us live more fully and find peace where we are. Every person faces difficult feelings at some point in life. Worry is just one of these feelings. Others may include sadness, fear, loneliness, or disappointment. Sometimes, when we feel these emotions, we want to escape from them or push them away. We may distract ourselves with our phones, television, or other activities. But if we always run from our feelings, we miss the chance to learn from them. Difficult feelings can be good teachers. When we pay attention to them, we can learn more about ourselves and about what matters most in our lives. For example, if we feel worried about someone we love, it shows that our heart is open and caring. If we feel sad after a loss, it means that something was important to us. These feelings remind us of our values and our connections to others. It is important not to judge ourselves for having difficult emotions. Everyone experiences them, no matter how strong or wise they are. Instead of blaming ourselves, we can try to look at our feelings with kindness and curiosity. We might ask, why do I feel this way? What is this feeling trying to tell me? By asking these questions, we begin to understand our hearts more deeply. Sometimes, just naming the feeling can help. Saying to ourselves, this is worry, or this is sadness, can make the emotion feel less heavy. It becomes something we can look at, rather than something that controls us. When we learn from our difficult feelings, they can help us grow. We become more patient, more understanding, and more able to face whatever comes our way. Over time, we realize that even difficult feelings have a place in our lives. They are not our enemies, but a part of being human. By learning from them, we continue on our path to greater peace and wisdom. In today's world, life can often feel busy and complicated. There are so many choices to make, messages to answer, and things to do. Many people believe that having more things or being busier will make them happier. But sometimes, the more we have, the more we worry. We worry about losing what we own, about not having enough, or about what others think of us. Simple living is a way to make life lighter and clearer. It does not mean we have to give up everything or live without comfort. Instead, it means choosing what is truly important and letting go of what is not. When we focus on the essentials, like our health, relationships, and honest work, our minds can rest more easily. Living simply also means creating time and space for quiet. This could be just a few minutes each day to sit in silence or to enjoy a walk outside. When we allow ourselves to slow down, we notice that our worries often become smaller. The need to rush or chase after many things fades away, and we begin to feel more grateful for what we already have. Sometimes, simple living is about making small changes. We might clean out a crowded room, turn off our devices for a while, or spend time with someone we care about. Each of these actions brings a little more peace to our lives. We discover that happiness does not come from having more, but from enjoying what we have with an open heart. The wisdom of simple living has been taught for centuries. When our lives are less crowded with things and stress, there is more room for calm and happiness. By choosing simplicity, we give ourselves the gift of peace and make it easier to walk the pathway through worry. Loss and change are natural parts of every person's life. No matter how carefully we plan or how much we try to hold on, things around us always change. We may lose people we love, see our bodies grow older, or have to say goodbye to places and experiences that once made us happy. These changes can bring deep feelings of sadness, confusion, or even fear. It is normal to want life to stay the same, especially when things are going well. We may wish to keep our loved ones close or to hold on to our health and success. But in reality, nothing stays the same forever. The seasons change, the world moves forward, and so do we. Accepting this truth can be very hard, but it is also the first step toward finding peace. When we face loss or big changes, worry often grows in our hearts. We wonder how we will live without what we have lost, or how we will manage something new. These feelings can be heavy, but they are a sign that we have cared deeply and loved well. Grief and worry are a part of loving and living fully. One way to meet loss and change is to allow ourselves to feel whatever comes up, without rushing or blaming ourselves. Sometimes it helps to talk with someone we trust, or to remember that many others have felt these same feelings. Over time, we may find that our hearts can heal, and that change, while difficult, also brings new possibilities. Even as we face loss, we can remember the good moments we have shared. Change is not always easy, but it helps us grow and see life in new ways. By accepting loss and change as a natural part of our journey, we become more gentle with ourselves and continue moving forward on the path through worry. Building inner strength is not something that happens all at once. It grows slowly, little by little, through the experiences of daily life. Every time we face a difficult situation, we have a chance to become stronger on the inside. This strength does not mean that we never feel worried or afraid. Instead, it means we learn how to keep going, even when things are hard. Many people think that strength comes from being tough or hiding our feelings. But true inner strength often comes from understanding ourselves and accepting our feelings as they are. When we notice our worries and challenges, we do not have to fight them or pretend they do not exist. We can look at them honestly and see what we can learn. Sometimes building inner strength means asking for help. It takes courage to share our struggles with someone we trust. Talking about our worries can make them feel lighter and help us see solutions we did not notice before. We are not meant to face every challenge alone. Reaching out for support is a sign of wisdom, not weakness. Another part of inner strength is patience. Life does not always change as quickly as we want. We may wish for worries to disappear, but often they fade slowly. By being patient with ourselves, we allow time for healing and growth. Each small step we take to face our worries adds to our inner strength. Over time, we begin to notice that we are more balanced and less shaken by life's ups and downs. We start to trust ourselves and believe that we can handle whatever comes. This quiet confidence helps us move forward even when we cannot see the end of the path. Building inner strength is a lifelong journey. With each challenge, we learn more about ourselves and our ability to walk the pathway through worry. Many people think peace is something special or far away, but it can be found in ordinary moments of daily life. Even when life feels busy or stressful, there are small ways to bring calm into each day. It does not require a perfect life or a quiet place. Instead, it starts with the simple things we do regularly. One way to find peace is to notice the rhythm of your day. Simple actions like getting out of bed, preparing food, or stepping outside for a moment can all be opportunities to rest your mind. When we pay attention to these moments, we begin to see that peace is not only in big, important events. It is in the way we greet someone, the way we care for ourselves, and even in the way we breathe. Sometimes, we forget to notice these moments because our minds are filled with worries or plans. We might rush from one thing to another and feel as if there is never enough time. But if we pause, even for a short while, and pay attention to what is happening right now, we may find a quiet space inside ourselves. This space is always there, waiting for us to notice it. Finding peace in daily life does not mean that problems disappear. It means that we find a way to rest in the middle of everything. By returning to the present, appreciating small things, and allowing ourselves to slow down, we create more peace inside and around us. Peace is not something we must search for far away. It is available to us right here, right now, in each ordinary moment. By opening our eyes to the present, we take another gentle step on the pathway through worry. The world around us has a strong effect on how we feel and think. Our surroundings can either add to our worries or help us feel more calm and safe. Sometimes, we do not notice this influence because we are so used to it. But the people we spend time with, the sounds we hear, the things we see on our screens, and even the spaces we live in, all play a role in our emotional well-being. If we are always surrounded by noise, conflict, or negative messages, it is easy to become anxious or tense. We may find ourselves worrying more, even if nothing has changed inside us. On the other hand, when we spend time in peaceful places or with kind and supportive people, our hearts can become lighter. Even a small change, like a quiet walk outside or a gentle conversation, can make a big difference. It is helpful to look at our daily environment and ask ourselves how it affects our feelings. We might choose to limit the time we spend on our devices, especially if we notice that certain news or messages make us feel worried. We can also look for simple ways to bring more peace into our surroundings, like playing soft music, adding a plant to a room, or making time for laughter and joy. Sometimes, we cannot change everything about our environment, but even small changes can help us feel more steady and calm. When we pay attention to our surroundings, we learn how to create a space where our minds can rest. By caring for the spaces and relationships in our lives, we support our own well-being. The influence of our surroundings is gentle but strong, and by choosing wisely, we can continue moving along the pathway through worry with greater ease. Life is a journey filled with many experiences, joy and sorrow, success and failure, meeting and parting. Sometimes, worry can make our hearts feel closed or protected, as if we are trying to shield ourselves from pain or disappointment. But when we gently open our hearts to life's journey, we allow ourselves to experience life more fully, with all its ups and downs. Opening the heart does not mean that we will never feel hurt or worried. It means we are willing to meet whatever comes with honesty and a gentle spirit. We can remind ourselves that every person faces challenges and uncertainty, just as we do. When we see our own struggles as part of the human story, we may feel less alone and more connected to others. Sometimes our worries grow when we feel isolated or misunderstood. If we can find ways to connect with others, even in small ways, our hearts become lighter. A kind word, a smile, or simply listening to someone else can help us remember that we are not alone on our path. Life is richer when we share it with others. It is also important to open our hearts to ourselves. Often, we are our own hardest critics, but by showing ourselves the same care and understanding we offer to a friend, we can soften the hold of worry. We learn to accept our imperfections and to forgive ourselves for mistakes. As we move through life, opening the heart helps us see beauty in each moment, even when times are hard. We discover new strengths, grow from our experiences, and find more meaning in our days. By opening our hearts, we continue forward on the pathway through worry with greater courage and hope. Worry is something that touches every life. It may visit us for a short moment, or stay with us for a longer time. Through all the parts of this journey, we have seen that worry is not something we need to fight or hide from. Instead, by understanding where it comes from and meeting it with patience and kindness, we can find a new way forward. The pathway through worry is not a straight line, and there are no quick solutions. Some days are easier than others, but each step, no matter how small, can bring us closer to a more peaceful and open heart. By noticing our feelings, caring for ourselves and others, and allowing life to unfold as it does, we discover our own strength. This gentle way of living can make each day a little lighter, even when worries remain. You are not alone in your experiences. All over the world, people share the same questions, hopes, and feelings. It is my wish that these thoughts and stories may offer you some comfort and support as you continue your journey. Life is always changing, and there will always be challenges, but there can also be moments of peace and joy along the way. Before I end, I wish to express my deepest gratitude for your presence here. Thank you very much to everyone who has liked these videos, subscribed to the channel, shared kind comments, or supported with super thanks and membership. Your support helps make it possible to continue sharing these messages. Each message, each connection is truly appreciated. May you find calm and gentle strength as you walk your own pathway through worry. And may peace be with you today and always.